Yesterday's reunion episode was a very interesting one. Adekunle, Allysyn, and Doyin were the main topic of yesterday's reunion. But before they got to their reunion, Ebuka asked Brian, where they were discussing Brian and what's his name again? Khalid were discussing about Hermes, why Hermes have had an accent, and of course they were like, this guy hasn't traveled outside of Nigeria before, so why the hell did he got that accent from? And Hermes was there to defend himself, saying that in the community where strangers comes in, especially the whites with accent or anybody at all with an accent talks to them, that kind of person kind of tends to get respect, and of course a lot of people look up to that person. So he was tending to gain that kind of momentum, gain that kind of respect in his own community. So he taught himself all those accents, and he doesn't care what anybody thinks about him. If it was malicious on their intent, that is on them. For him, as far as he get what he wants, he is contented with himself. And then we move on to the main gist of yesterday's reunion. Of course, this three housemates were at each other's neck, back to back to back. And surprisingly, Adekunle turned down his demeanor. Like, he wasn't the Adekunle that we know on the show. He was totally different yesterday at the reunion. Ebuka, first off, as Adekunle, of course, why he was called a gossip in the house, even outside the house. That was a narrative about him. So does he have anything to say? Well, he went on to say that, look, he is not a gossip, and besides, everybody in the house talk about themselves in the house. And also, it wasn't as if it started in the first week, neither in the second week, but rather in the third week when they went to level 2 house. So yeah, that was his excuse. And also he was saying that he started gossiping to say that when he realized that Allysyn and Doyin were also gossiping about him, and also trying to act like they were playing him when he knows that they are playing him. So that was his excuse. Ebuka tend to Then Ebuka also went on to ask Doyin her own problem with Adekunle, and she also went ahead to say Adekunle was practically, talking bad at him, at her, to other housemates, especially her level mates, her level 1 housemates. So they kind of ended up isolating her in the house. She felt bad. She was emotionally traumatized in the house. Adekunle is a snake. He was wicked. He was a liar. He called Adekunle all kind of names. And Ebuka asked the same questions too. Allysyn also went on to say, he was pretentious, he was lying. He knew that herself and Doyin are kind of close. They were close, very, very close in the house, and also didn't know why, Adekunle was kind of spoiling Allysyn's name to her, when he knew very well that they're very, very close. And also, for her, she was not she backed out of the relationship or the ship with Adekunle because he realized that he was being sneaky. So that was her reason for kind of jumping out of that ship with Adekunle. She also went on to say that with Hermes was kind of different, and she is drawn to people or to guys that are different. So that was her own excuse for going in a ship with Hermes. And yesterday, Adekunle and Doyin. Adekunle, on the other hand, did not exchange any words with Doyin, but Doyin was head to head. Like, Doyin called Adekunle names. Let me read some to you so that you get the clear picture of what I'm trying to say, of how Doyin treated Adekunle yesterday at the reunion. Adekunle is a sorry excuse of a man, an apology to his mother for all the home training he didn't get. He is malicious, terrible, and a wicked person. So that's Doyin's words to Adekunle's yesterday. And I think Level Up housemate thought that once they ask you questions and you start insulting the other party or shout first, it means you are the winner of that round. Some of them were just there to sound like a bunch of untrained cows at the reunion. Simple question, and you start backing. The funny thing about this housemate is how they complain over the same thing they did. Hypocrites. Doyin and Adekunle were both malicious. Adekunle and Allysyn talk about each other. Sheggz and Adekunle talk about each other. Rodo cancel Rodo. So I think the person is trying to say that housemates talk about themselves, talk about each other. That silly doing that gossip everyone she was close to, from Beauty saying she fought in the hotel to Ade, Sheggz, Brian, Siphon, even Cheesy. That girl doesn't deserve anything good in life. Well, this is someone's opinion about the situation that happened yesterday. So I mean, everybody get bad character normally. So this one is Kes. This is a housemate, guys. This is Kes opinion also about what happened yesterday. Like I said, yesterday was really kind of off Doyin's attitude towards Adekunle. And surprisingly, Adekunle did not react. I really love that. If Doyin actually had a semblance of home training, then she would never have brought Adekunle's mom into this. That's a terrible low. I am so disappointed in her. Thumbs down. So this is most comments on social media are all about how they are disappointed at Doyin for the way for the way she treated Adekunle. You know, Adekunle was totally calm. Adekunle was I was even surprised. Like Adekunle have words for days. Adekunle have control over situation, and yes, I mean he did have control over the reunion. The episode yesterday, but he did not react. That is something out of his character, and I think maybe he is rebranding, and I think it's good because a lot of people are defending him, and a lot of people are dragging Doyin yesterday. I don't know why those housemates are always bringing their family, parents, friends that are not Big Brother housemates or whatever, not into their drama. If only they can leave parents out, leave family out of their drama, I think any other insults they gave to each other they deserve. Now, Sheggz said, in all fairness, I don't have an issue with Adekunle cause. I understand the show was all a game and you gotta play it as you see fit to get to the final, and he got to the final. And yeah, I think Adekunle Ibuka also asked Sheggz about what he thinks about Adekunle's game, and that was his own opinion on it as well. And the game is the game, however you play it, as far as you're not malicious in the way you play your game, wherever it takes you, you have to just, be thankful for it. And some people are saying that Sheggz is going to be white as snow out of this reunion. I mean, he has voiced out his opinion when he's being asked at every point in time that the reunion has been aired, and his opinion is always solid. His opinion is always screaming matured. It's not about cleaning his image or whatever. Whatever he voices, whenever he voices as his opinion, it just sounds authentic and it sounds sound. You know what I mean? So yes, it's not as if he's washing himself or whatever. He just gives the right opinion at the right time. And lastly, also Ebuka went on to ask what's their name again? Fina, Beauty, and Chomzi, and swag dynamic also. Fina was trying to play like I don't know what's going on here, and Ibuka had to put his notebook or whatever he was holding down and say, "Look, we are here at the reunion to voice out things that happen in the house, to reminisce things that happen in the house. You need to correct narrative about yourself or whatnot." He knows some of them actually have money now. They are rebranding now. they are trying to please their fans, they are trying to please some people, they are trying to please their managers or whatnot. But if questions are asked, they should try and answer it and not try to act as if they are bigger than whatever not. I mean, this was a shade, or this was a caution to some of them, especially Fina, when he was asking Fina what happened, to Swag and Chumsy dynamic. She was trying to act like she was not even trying to. She was acting like she didn't want to see anything. She didn't want to talk. She didn't want to. If I can remember correctly, she was like, "That is it. You saw it. Didn't you see Didn't you see the video clip? That's what happened. I don't know what he was. She was being rude to Ebuka, so that was why Ebuka came in with those words. And yeah, with that dynamic, they tried to clarify it, and actually they played a video where Fina and Beauty were having conversation about Chomsy, because Fina was interested in Eluswak at the point in time and stuff like that, and she didn't know the other girl at the time. So Ibuka was just trying to ask what happened, what was the conversation, what was going on there, and she put on that attitude for Ibuka to clear her before she was talking. So yesterday's reunion, that was basically it. Chomsy cleared her own part that she didn't know what was going on, and she knew she was causing wahala in level 2, so she was also happy with it, just playing along. And Fina also said, well, for her it was a game. She was also playing her own part. So basically they just cleared it, and Ibuka was like, okay. Now they can move on or whatnot. So at the end of yesterday's reunion, Doyin and Allysyn came hard at Adekunle. Adekunle did not react. Adekunle did not talk. Adekunle was calm. Adekunle took everything in. He tried as much as possible to be calm. He also said, well, he cannot change the narrative or whatnot, but he will try his best, and he cannot change their perception about what he think about them. Oh, lastly, before I even end the video, Dotun, on the other hand, was also supporting Doyin. I don't even know where Dotun was coming from. His own point was that Adekunle should accept his fault as a liar, as a gossip, as whatever not. He played a game, and he ended up in the final. So yes, there's nothing wrong. Nobody's going to beat him. Those words were Dotun's words. And if you go on social media, everybody's just calling out Dotun, that he's kissing ass, he's doing that, he's doing that. Well, guys, I am just here to bring you what happened at the reunion. So yes, those are the summary, and those are the things that happened at the reunion. You can also tell me your own opinion on what you think about what happened at the reunion, guys. Leave a comment, give this a thumbs up, and of course, I'll see you all in the next video. And trust me, I really enjoyed yesterday's episode at the reunion. I really enjoyed it. It was calm. It was not really. If they can only just leave their family out of it, I think that would be everything would be cool. Aside that, everything was fine. So I'll see you all in the next video.